nation. Hebrew kingdom building.
We get back in a minute. First of all, let's give double honors to our chief elder, Morays, Yahusha, and Moshe.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Double honors to our own Moray Kowal. Double honors to the elders and elders, Kotis, Akim, Yaladim. And if I sit here and tell you I'm surprised to be up here, I'm not. Everybody's been talking about different things that's going on this week. Battles, tests. And when Yahuwah was dealing with me, he was dealing with me with battles. And I'm talking about battles in the mind. How many of you been having mind battles this week?
Hallelujah.
And what day was that? Hallelujah. Was that Thursday or Friday? It was yesterday, right? Thursday? Friday. Yeah. Double honors to my beautiful. Hey, baby. Lisa. I see you, girl. But yeah, it was Friday morning. So you have been dealing with me on certain things or preparation, preparing myself for the kingdom. And Friday morning I woke up and I told my Isha, the Ruach was so loud in my ear like it was screaming, I need your voice. I need your voice. I have called you to be a teacher. Preparation. I'm like, what you mean? I knew what he mean, because we in a season of knowing. And so I'm driving to work at 7:30, I'm like, all right, when you know something, you still want a confirmation. So I'm like, I heard you this morning, so send me a confirmation. 5:55 p.m., my phone is ringing. Moray Kowal, minding my own business. He said, how you doing? I'm like, I'm told. Yahuwah gave me your name. He gave you a word? He said, no, not this week. He said, well, I need you to do something. 10, 15 minutes. Who gonna tell you no? That's like telling you no. Telling you should know. Who gonna do that? So I just went into prayer and he revealed that not only myself, but people in the tribe was dealing with mind battles. So that's why today's lesson is titled, The Battle for Your Mind. Are you distracted or focused? Ask yourself that and say along on it. Are you distracted or focused? We'll come from Romans 8, 5-8.
For those who live according to the flesh set their minds on the things of the flesh. But those who live according to the Ruach set their minds on the things of the Ruach. For to set the mind on the flesh is death, but to set the mind on the Ruach is life and shalom. For the mind that is set on the flesh is hostile to the Lord, for it does not submit to the Lord's laws. Indeed, it cannot. Those who are in the flesh cannot please the Lord.
The flesh is entity against Yahuwah. Set your mind on the flesh, the things of the flesh. We're going to deal with our thoughts today. Because this lesson wasn't just for y'all, it was for me too. Because I had mind battles with Hashatan telling me, you're not ready. You can't go forward. You won't advance. But today the Shamayim is opened. And activation was poured out on a lot of people. If you didn't receive it, you missed out. That was your moed. So the things that you think come to mind that don't align with the word of Yahuwah, we get those thoughts all the time. but do we test and prove them? At this point, we must know where does the battle start. Where does the battle start? In the mind. It's the battlefield where the flesh and the spirit, they fight. What are they fighting for, though? Like Maureen Kowal said, they're fighting for your soul. So, what are you currently setting your mind on? Things of this world, this flesh, things that you desire, new career, new house, the nicest RV. Or are you setting your mind on the things of the spirit that Yahuwah desires for you or for us? Have you really been struggling lately with the thoughts in your mind? And if you have, ask yourself, is it the enemy or is it the inner me that I'm dealing with? Because our biggest enemy is the what? Inner me. We're gonna deal with it. Put the next slide. 2 Corinthians 10, 3-5.
For though we walk in the flesh, we are not warring against the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not the flesh, but have divine power to destroy strongholds. We destroy arguments with every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of Yahuwah, and take every thought captive to obey Hamashiach.
Hallelujah. So this flesh suit that we have, that we were given to walk in, right? We can't fight these battles that are going on in our mind with this flesh suit. Because why? Because this battle ain't physical, is it? So if we know it's spiritual, why are we trying to fight against it with the physical? All right. So verse 4 says what? For the weapons of our warfare are not of flesh, but divine power to destroy strongholds. So if our weapons are not carnal, they're not of the flesh, we got to deal with the spiritual, right? So we should know by now that we don't fight this war with carnal weapons, but yet and still, sometimes we get in the way because we want to solve the problem instead of allowing Yahushua to intercede for us. Sometimes you have battles in your mind, you can just sit there and Yahushua already know what you're dealing with. But you create this long, drawn-out movie of what is possible. When he has given things in the scriptures that, I'm not going to hit myself. We're going to throw that up. But we tend to, create strongholds in our life. And we give place to Hashatan, and we fight with these fleshly and carnal weapons, knowing that we ain't going to win that battle. When have you ever seen an army soldier go to a battle without his weapon? Never. So why are you trying to go into a battle of your mind with physical weapons? All right. But we walk according to the Spirit. Our spiritual weapons are mighty to what? Pulling down the strongholds, casting down imagination, bringing every thought into captivity. Are we consistently doing that? Because if we were consistently doing that, we still would be dealing with what? Trauma. We're going to talk about it. So we must take every thought into captivity, bring it under submission, control, make our mind. Make our mind. Control your thoughts. Because you got to ask yourself, who put them there? Did Yahuwah? Let people, so when these thoughts cross your mind, we must know that we possess the power to what? Overcome, not to be overcame. Let me say that again for you. When these thoughts cross our mind, we must know that we possess the what? Power to overcome, not to be overcame. So y'all, we're walking in a season where you can't have these mind battles continuously. Especially when you walking in Pesach, you want to be made whole, but you go to Pesach with trauma, you're going to be passed over. Do you want to be passed over? You don't want to be passed over. So the real problem, some of us don't have enough oil in our lamp. Or you are among the wise or the foolish. So it's cool. We in Shabbat, you walking righteous, but what do you do when you leave Shabbat? When you deal with these mind battles. Got my little notes up here. So, what's the next slide? Mark 4:18-19.
And these were there who swung among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of things entering and choked the world, and it became unfruitful.
So, this is the parable about the sower, the seed. What's the seed?
Word.
What's the seed?
Word.
So it said what? It fell among thorns. It didn't hurt the word. Then the cares of this world, what? And the deceitfulness of riches and the lust of things entering choke the word out. See, a lot of times we come to Shabbat, we leave Shabbat, then the cares of the word, this world, take the word that you've been brought forth out. Because if we begin to create these obstacles in our mind because of our what? Preference. And truly deep down inside, you don't believe what you heard. It's been a lot of words from before Elohim gene. You a priest. A Elohim can't have mind battles. They can't because the Elohim ain't human. Y'all, some of y'all hear, but you'll get it later. Do you truly believe the report? Do you truly believe the report? Do you truly believe that Yahushua died for you? Do you truly believe that he left power on this earth for you? Do you truly believe that you will sit on the right hand in the kingdom? Do you truly believe it? Because if you did, what are you really struggling with? What are you really struggling with? I think I brought it out. Validation is one of our biggest struggles. Because somebody validated us when we was growing up. And we got certain things. We got the house. We got the car. Some of us still trying to be validated within the tribe. But he brought out King Yahushua validate you. That's the real question you need to ask yourself. Can Yahushua validate you? Because if Yahushua can validate you, these mind battles that you having throughout the week, he already gave you the recipe to destroy them. He already gave you the resources to destroy these strongholds. That's why I said some of us don't have enough oil in our lamp. Because if you had enough word in you, when you go to fight. So we create these strongholds, then unfruitfulness begins to show, and we think nobody sees it. We come to Shabbat like everything good, fellowship a little bit like everything good, but you really don't think you have a function or play a major role in the tribe. So you do just enough to get by. But you think nobody sees you. Okay. You really don't trust the people that's sitting in this room. So you pretend. So what are these called? Mind battles. See, these battles that you create in your mind, all these situations, they ain't true all the time, are they? A lot of times they ain't true. But sometimes you can make a movie. I like it. Eva brought it out. She brought it out. I said, man, we make movies all the time. Some of our movies will be some top sellers. Because we got all the theatrics, everything to it. Some of us are really in a sunken place. But Yahushua already gave you the way out. You sitting in the jail cell and the door is open, he said, come out. But some of you want to hold on to things that ain't benefiting you at all. Family members, jobs, houses. You can't take that to the kingdom. So what are you struggling with? Because you got to ask yourself, what's your true focus? Is it the things of this world or is it the things of the above? Go ahead, Ahch.
So you said the sunken place, but you also gave me
Microphone.
acronym for sin. It's actually stuck in neutral, right? That's what a lot of people is right now. They stuck in neutral, right? Because they're looking back at those things that they desire, those Elohims who they placed amongst allure, right? And not understanding that the messages that went out, right, is for them because they are Elohim, right? So they stuck in neutral, stuck in sin, right? To the things that they know to do good and the things that they're holding on to.
Come on. With the discernment. One more qualified. What is the definition of discernment?
Right and almost right.
Right and almost right. Right and almost right. So are we able to discern when the inner me, which is your biggest enemy, is trying to plant seeds in your mind? Are there only one reason he's able to? You have to ask yourself, when these situations happen, what are you truly? Ask yourself, are you truly prepared to fight back? Are you truly prepared to fight back? Coming to Shabbat, they ain't gonna get it. What does your personal relationship with Yahuwah look like? What does it look like? Because when he was dealing with me, he was like, it's time to go forward. But are you doing what Joshua 1:8 said? Meditating on the word day and night. So you know when the fiery darts come, you can fight back. If your lamp is empty and the attacks come, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to be defeated every time. But thank y'all for Bishop God. Because you are dealing with some situations. You can come to the what? Tribe, and we're going to intercede on your behalf. Because some battles are meant to be fought together. Hallelujah.
Next slide. I think it's like one more, that's it.
All right. 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 13 through 15. Therefore, preparing your mind for action and being sober-minded, set your hope fully on grace that will be brought to you at the revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach. As obedient children, do not be conformed to the passions of your former ignorance. But as he who called you is Kodesh, you also be Kodesh in all your conduct, since it is written, you shall be Kodesh, for I am Kodesh.
Kodesh. Kodesh. Kodesh. Set apart at all times. So it says, gird up your loins of your mind. Get rid of the powerless thinking. Because when Yahushua left, he said, I give you all power. I give you all power. So why not walk in the power that was left for you? You had power from the beginning of the beginning. When you were sitting up there before he descended you down. So how can these fiery darts take you out? How are we allowing them to even penetrate to us? We're going to deal with it. So be mindful who has your ear in this hour. What your eyes are set on in this hour. Because what the enemy knows is Yahuwah has advanced his tribe in the rebirth of a nation. So he's going to try harder and harder and harder to take you off track. He's going to send people that you used to have in your life to bring you some strange things. He gonna bring family members that's not in the truth that say some strange things to you, but are you prepared to fight back? It ain't gonna never be somebody you don't know that's gonna be dealing with you. A lot of times it's you that's dealing with you. These other people are just extra in the movie. You, in this time, he was dealing with me saying, I want you to be more disciplined and consistent in all you do. Praying more, fasting more, reading more, being intentional when you come amongst your mishpachah. Being mindful of what you say and who you say it around. However, when you're with this tribe, when you leave this tribe, be the same person. Let me say that again. When you're with this tribe, however you act, when you leave, be the same person. We want the real you, because guess what? It's going to get exposed anyway. Don't be one way here and think we don't see you. Because we got to be about what? As they say in the church, my Father's business. Kingdom mindset. What does it look like for you? Are these battles that you're dealing with on a daily basis just too much that you can't really focus on the things of above? Being obedient not only to the voice of Yahuwah, but the voice of the leader Yahuwah put over you. When you more word can walk come forth with a word, are you second guessing it? Because in your mind, like, did Yahuwah really say that? I don't know. Do you really hear from Yahuwah? So again, everything affects everything. Being Condescending all the time. So no more time for you to let your mind control you. Make your mind mine. Make your mind mine. Because we got all through the scriptures what? Isaiah 54:17. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. James 4:7. Resist Hashatan, he shall flee. We know it, but are we meditating on it? Do we know it? There you go, Eva. Do we really know it? Because when the enemy comes, we should be able to say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Resist Hashatan, he shall flee. Come on. We in that season. You gotta know that these words are true. Do you really believe the report? 2 Timothy 1:7, he has not given us a spirit of what? Fear. We reciting it, but are we living it? Romans 8:31, if y'all be for us, if y'all be for us. No, just stop. Come on. I promise I'll bust out a song in a minute. Every time a dark come my way, man, I'm make y'all laugh. So you gave me a direction to do something for 21 days. And sometimes I find myself doing crazy stuff, like not crazy stuff, but like Facebook. I'm scrolling on Facebook. Ruach said, man, what is you doing? Pick up your word. So when the enemy comes, you be prepared. But you worry about half the things you ain't even looking at, you just being nosy. Think about all the time you might be wasting on something right now in your life that you can get to Yahuwah. I ain't just talking to y'all, I'm talking to me too. What is your mind on? Is it on the kingdom? Or is it the cares of this world? That's why you lack power.
Right? Right? Hallelujah.
Joshua 1:9 said, have I not commanded you to be what? You just brought it out of Coty. Have I not commanded you? So when somebody comes on your job talking crazy and they get you in your flesh, why? Have I not commanded you? When you driving down the road and somebody blowing their horn, this was me the other day. I had to check myself sometimes. But the enemy know how to get you. He only gonna give you the desires of your heart. Every single time. So I can't get it with the big house, so I'm gonna get it with the nice car. Or I can't get it with the nice shoes, but guess what? I'm gonna give her a promotion in her job. He knows, just like you would know, he knows too. But he only had a short amount of time, and his time is running up. And now it's the time for you to walk in your power and resist Hashatan, and he shall what? Flee. Probably my last slide. Two more. I'll read them out. Alright. Put on the whole armor of Yahuwah, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Therefore take up the whole armor of the Lord, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand firm. Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth, having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and as the shoes for your feet, having put on the readiness given by the gospel of peace. In all circumstances, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the fiery darts of the evil one, and take the helmet of salvation, the word of this Ruach, which is the word of Eluah, praying at all times in the spirit, Ruach, with all prayer and supplication. To that end, keep alert with all perseverance, making supplication for all the saints. It's time to guard your mind.
Hallelujah.
Every morning you wake up, you must put on the whole armor before you even do anything. First, praise Yahuwah, told Yah for another day, and put on your armor. The enemy wants you. Why would he go somebody that's doing his work? He sees you. He sees everything you're doing, and he's waiting for you to slip up. You have to guard your mind. You have to guard your eyes in this season, because you have now been activated. Go ahead.
And I want to land back on that real quick. A lot of us, and this includes myself, I had to learn this myself. And I think I'm not saying I'm bringing out wheels out the way. A lot of us say, put your armor when you wake up, right? You know, like you said, enemy, they're not going to attack all the time when you're awake, right?
That's it. They put it on that night.
So you better put it on that night.
Hallelujah. Yes, sir.
I'll tell you that right now. Put it on
Before you go to bed.
before you go to bed.
That's right.
Because, the body rests, but the mind don't.
That's right.
So you got to have that helmet on at all times. We're in war season too.
Man.
At a certain hour, y'all should know that those who more advanced, hours, they coming. So you got to know, put that armor on night. There you go.
Hallelujah. Cause man, you don't. Sometimes you gonna be, man, I had a crazy dream. A movie. So again, I said earlier, no soldier goes to battle without the things necessary to protect them. The enemy don't like the fact that we're advancing. So we can't get complacent. We gotta keep going. And we must ensure that we're not foolish to think that he's not going to try to come harder, even when you sleep.
That's right.
Remember that every piece of the armor is vital, especially the helmet of salvation, to protect you when you deal with these mind battles.
Hallelujah.
You have to put them on at all times. Not when you just wake up, Torah, y'all for that, at all times. Because he wants you, but he ain't got no power. We already know this fight is fixed if you believe the report.
Yeah.
My last slide. Give you some questions to say on. Yeah. Are you distracted by the thoughts that aren't true, or focused on being the priest Elohim Yahuwah has called you to be? Just say on it. Are you distracted by the things here on earth, or focused on the things which are above? Are you distracted by watching everyone in their function, or focused on the function Yahuwah has given you? Are you distracted by the cares of this world, or focused on building the kingdom with rebirth? This tribe needs you at your best so we can advance as one mind, one body, one ruach. And I'm gonna say, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Get in your word. Meditate on it day and night. By the testing you may discern what is the will of your Elohim, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Romans 12:2. In this hour, protect your mind. Stand guard of the door of your mind. Protect your eyes. We got kingdom business to do. We need you at your best. So if you ain't gonna be at your best, you wanna keep getting defeated by the test, you ain't gotta come back. Because we gotta replace you with somebody that's willing to go forward. I don't want to lose nobody in here, because I believe Yahuwah has placed each individual in here but we need everybody to be a soldier at all times. So, the battle for your mind, are you focused or are you distracted? Hallelujah.